ask, and I'm gonna say, Brad, can you smell that?
Yeah.
Can you smell that, Shelley?
Mm-hmm.
You notice how it got that odor to it?
Mm-hmm.
See, every time you cut it on, when you cut that on, what do you cut it on for? To clean your house, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's cleaning your home? Becky, if the whole time it's running, 75% of your cleaning is above the surface of your floor. We can vacuum real quick a lot of times, but when it comes to cleaning everything else? So if 75% of the cleaning is above the surface of the floor, and you cut that on, how far are you getting in your cleaning?
I know it's nasty.
You're really getting farther behind, aren't you? All right. In fact, if you take a good deep breath, I'll show you. I want you to breathe in real deep. I want to feel that. Look at that. See that? Well, ain't no need to move over there. It's over there too. All right, see, it's all over there. All right, you see all that? You say that right there consists of all kinds of stuff that come out of the machine. Mold, spores, cellulose, cotton, jute, run, pat down, flies, mosquitoes, all kinds of stuff. Okay? And you know the saddest part about that? Blair, every bit of the air that passes through that machine passes through all that filth and blows right back out of your home. And then when you get through cleaning, you say, there you go, I just cleaned up. Where'd all this dust come from? The whole time you're trying to get rid of it, what are you doing? You actually are, aren't you?
Moving in the right.
See, that's why I ask them questions, Becky, because they're really selling themselves. If you ask the right questions, the whole time I'm trying, in fact, this is the God's honest truth. I was in a house with Daryl Cornegay. I was in a house, but you can tell the customer this, you ain't got to say all this stuff. But if you just add a couple of things to your demo, Becky, and you're not doing that stuff, then you may be doing it all. But I was in a house with Daryl Cornegay, but I would ask that. I said, look, I was in a house not long ago, and I cut that on, and that lady seen all that stuff blowing out of the vacuum, just like it come out of yours right here, Shelley. And you know what she said? She said, told her son, and this is the truth. She said, son, you take that vacuum right there, and you go out there and put it on the carport, don't never bring it back in this house again. Now, if I just left it there, it would be kind of insulting if they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But then you follow it up and say, can't you see why they would say something like that? If you just say that little story, hey, I was in a house not long ago, and I cut it on, and after I cut it on, showed how all that stuff blew back out in that house. That lady told her son, said, son, you take that vacuum and go sit it out there in the carport, don't never bring it back in that house again. Can't you see why they would say something like that? But see, the whole time you're doing it, what are you doing?
You're selling your
You just, see, if you do a good enough back heel with the people, they're in the market right now for a vacuum. When you get to the end of your presentation, they said, well, when mine breaks or when it stops working or whatever, we'll think about getting a Rainbow. This is where you missed it at. When did it start working? The best thing that could happen to you is it not cut on, Blair. Really. And so you can say that stuff if you do make sure they're understanding and making sure you're doing a good, basic, value-building presentation. Okay? Now, that's the back heel. Is there any questions? Because we're running out of time, and I ain't going to keep you much longer. I just want to make sure the basic parts are done. And I tell you what, after the mini vac right here, and you can do the shampooer and the rain jet, and then as far as that's done, attachments, all vacuum cleaners got attachments. The only reason I would even show them attachments is to pull more dirt.
Yeah.
You can run the attachment down a wall-handled crevice tool. You can run it on the lampshade, the dusting brush. You can do all this stuff. Have all this dirt piled up here, Becky, but they got a crevice tool. It might be just as good as ours. I don't know. It's plastic. Ours is plastic. I don't know. It ain't. You're not selling attachments. You're selling the principle of using water. You're selling the water. That's what you're selling with the Rainbow. You're not selling attachments. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, pull dirt with all that kind of stuff. But the next thing I'm going to show you here is probably one of the most important parts of your presentation of the rainbow. I really believe that if you do a good, and you work on your demo, and I know some of you do good demos, and all of you may do a great demo. I don't know, Blair, you did good the other night. But I'm telling you, when you get good, you know what you want to do? You want to get a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
You know how to, because when you get really, really good at something, like in the rainbow business, the money follows along behind it.
Right.
I promise you. See, I ain't never been really that good, David. I've just worked hard at getting good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. So you got to do, now, what I'm going to do with the mini bag, if you want to use a harmonica, you can. You want to use whatever, I don't care. All right? I just don't. All right? I don't need it. Because all I'm trying to do is make sure people understand how the thing works and why it don't work. I ain't got to have a harmonica to do that. All right? So what I do, and don't get me wrong when I say that, if you've been taught with a harmonica or something, fine. If you do it that way, great. But I don't have as much control in the demonstration when I'm handing them stuff for them to check the airflows and stuff like that. I just don't like doing it. What if you don't lose your airflow as much and it still does play? Have you ever run in that situation? Then sweat starts running down your forehead right there because you say, oh crap, now what am I going to do? I ain't getting no dirt. You know, I just don't like to leave nothing in control of the customer. I want to be in